All right, Kim Baker here with the Victim Survivor Conqueror Ministry, coming to you on this Tuesday evening uh, here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch TV, Twitter, and tonight, Zoom. Zoom, yeah. Why won't my... Okay. All right. Cannot start video. All right. I come on here last night and to inform everybody that Facebook has started tagging my videos for copyright issues, and I have not been able to get them resolved yet. Okay, so if you tune in on Facebook, you will hear the volume that cutting in and out, and the reason why is because of the copyright issues. Okay, so I've started back with Zoom tonight. Don't know why my video's not working on Zoom, but I will try to get that figured out, what's going on there. I'm trying to pull up Facebook and see if they're cutting me in and out tonight or not. Excuse me. So anyway, I do recommend that you either go to YouTube, Twitter, or to Zoom to start tuning in on Tuesday nights. Okay, because if I was if I was tuning in and it was cutting in and out, I wouldn't watch very long either. So I don't blame anybody for not watching for very long. That's for sure. Okay. But you can go to Zoom and you won't get any cutting in and out. Okay. Or like I said, you go to Twitter or you can go to YouTube. Okay. And I'm going to try to figure out another avenue to be able to post my videos so you can tune in maybe a different way than going through Facebook. But if you are on Facebook, before you get started tonight, if you would hit one of the buttons, okay? Hey, Joy, glad to have you on tonight. But hit one of the buttons. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? Or in Zoom, whichever one, okay? All right. So we're still in verbal and emotional abuse, okay? And so tonight we're starting out talking about how can we educate ourselves on setting boundaries, having confrontations. Oh, hey, Israel, glad to have you on there tonight. Okay, so we're talking about these kind of things. Okay, so let's get into that, and then I'll have a couple more announcements when we get through. Okay, but anyway, thank you for the thumbs up. I see that. Okay, all right. Well, first off, let's start talking about boundaries. Okay, And hey, Mick, glad to have you there, brother. Okay. So, what do you think step one would be for setting boundaries? What do you think step one might be? Hey, thank you for that thumbs up there. Appreciate it. Okay. First off, we need to communicate to our offender or to the person that we're setting boundaries for. Okay. And first and foremost, we got to let them know and tell them that we will not allow them to disrespect us. Okay? You've got to communicate that aspect very clearly, that you will not be disrespected. Okay? All right. Step two. Don't hem haul around about what you want. Okay? And when I say what I'm fixing to say, there's a lot of people that take me the wrong way, and they accuse me, or they think that I'm I'm an advocate for divorce. No, I'm not. Have I used that avenue in my life? Yes, I have. But that's not my goal, and that's not what I'm trying to get across to people. Okay. But what we have to do is, and here's the problem, is that there's so many of us that's been hurt so much out throughout our life that we're not honest. Okay. Most people that tune in here, I believe for the most part, most people are professing Christians. But you know what? Even as a professing Christian, we still stretch the truth or not tell the truth a lot of times. Okay. But we got to be specific. Okay. And here we're getting back to the divorce thing. The reason why I brought it up is, and I've told a couple people this. I said, where are y'all at in your marriage? Where are you at in your relationship? Well, if something don't change, we're going to be in the middle of a divorce pretty quick. Okay. So let me ask you this. If you're headed, and you know that you're headed for divorce, why not be honest? Why not be 100% honest? Because here's the problem. Here's the issue, is that one of the reasons why that we get to that point of being in a path towards divorce is because we haven't told the truth. Okay? So be honest. Tell the truth up front. Hey, this is what is unacceptable. I will not accept this. Flat out. Okay? So step 3. Don't let them make excuses. Okay? You know, and I know, we all know that your offender, the people that hurt you, they're going to make excuses. Well, this is the reason, I love you, but this is the reason why I've done this. Okay. I'm not going to accept your excuses or your reasons anymore. Okay. I've done told you, I told you up front, I was honest with you. Here's what I will not accept. Here's the boundary. Do not cross that boundary. Okay. So next, seize the moment. So how can we seize the moment? Okay. So step one. Okay. Just as soon as that person starts crossing your boundary, you need to speak up. Whoa, wait a minute. I told you I will not accept this behavior. Well, I thought you meant this. No. This is what I said. This is what I mean. Okay? Because they will. Especially a narcissist. Narcissists will definitely try to twist your words around. Well, this is what you really meant. No, don't try to tell me what I meant. I know what I meant. Okay? Here it is. Okay? So speak up as soon as it starts. Don't wait. Okay? Step 2. When they say something that's absurd, repeat it back to them. Okay? Repeat it back. Step 3. Now, here is something that is absolutely 100% easy to do. And that's to stay calm. It's very hard to do, and I understand that, but it needs to be one of our goals, is to try to stay calm in the situation, okay? Because that's what they want. They want you to react, because if you start reacting, then you will probably eventually lose your control. Okay? And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to gain control of the situation. Okay? So seize the moment. All right. Next one. Seek to surface the other person's hostility. Okay? Now, this one, we do need to be very careful and trying to surface the other person's hostility, because it can turn out to be a very hostile situation. Okay. But if we can point out some things. Okay. Number 1, acknowledge, hey, I think maybe you are harboring some unforgiveness, some anger, maybe some rage. Okay. Hey, I hear it in your voice. I can see it in your actions. Okay. So acknowledge that you can sense it or you see it. Okay. For one thing, most of us do not like being called out about this situation. Okay. So one or two things will probably happen. One, it may escalate things. And if it does, you need to back out of the situation and remove yourself from that situation. Okay. But there will be times and there'll be certain people that it may open their eyes up to exactly what you're talking about. And they may realize it. Okay. Now they may not, they probably won't admit it, but they may rein themselves back in because of it. Okay. All right. Step 2. Let them know. Okay. Let them know it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be angry. Okay. But it's what we do with that anger. Okay. Word tells us. I think it's in Psalms. I think maybe Psalms chapter 4. I'm thinking. But the word tells us that in your anger, do not sin. Okay. So what's that telling us? Okay. Couple things that's telling us. One is God knows we're going to get angry about some things. Okay. God got angry. People mistreated his people. People killed his people. Okay. Jesus got angry. He even got angry with his own disciples. You know, the word tells us that he was indigent towards them because they refused to allow the little children to come unto him. Okay. Talking about his disciples. The disciples were stopping the little children from coming to him. Okay. And he got upset about it. But one thing that we do have to understand is that do not try to humor someone out of anger because it will just make things worse. Okay. So do not do that. It's okay to point it out, to bring it up, to try to discuss it, but do not make jokes or do not be sarcastic about someone's anger. Okay. All right. Number 3. All right. And this is probably very huge issue is that we may need help recognizing the cause of the anger that's in our life. Okay, the unresolved anger that's in us. Okay, you will hear me and I will tell you real quick. I am not a therapist. I'm just a guy that shares what the Father lays on his heart, and that's it. Okay? So don't try to diagnose someone or tell them, hey, I think you have this or you may have that. Okay? If you're not qualified, stay away from that area. Okay? But that doesn't mean that Brother Joe cannot help Brother Tim to recognize, to talk with him and help him recognize maybe where his unresolved anger is residing in his life. Okay? All right. Soften the confrontation process. Okay? Soften the confrontation process. Okay. Before I move on, I do want to go back and just kind of reiterate what's going on with my videos. And if you're tuning in on Facebook, I don't know tonight if it's cutting in and out or not, but Facebook did tag the ministry for some copyright issues. I'm trying to get them straightened out. Right now, I'm not heard anything, so I don't know if it's happening. I'll go back and listen tonight when we get through to see for myself. But if that is happening and you're looking for another avenue to tune in to catch our classes every Tuesday night, that you can also find us on Twitter at VSC Ministry, YouTube, also at VSC Ministry. That is our channel. Okay. And I restarted Zoom tonight. My video is not working over there. I don't know what's going on. I'll try to get it figured out. May need another camera for Zoom. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to get Zoom going again. So if it's cutting in and out, you might want to look at maybe listening or tuning in on one of these other avenues. Okay. All right. So softening the confrontation process. Sorry. Step one. Very, 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 very important with confrontation. Okay. Talk about what happened. Don't talk about the person. Okay. Don't attack the person. Okay. Get specific. Okay. And I say, and I say this all the time in class, that here's what in my opinion, and part of it's because I've done this myself. Okay. Is that I think, and especially in relationships, that we'll get to started. We may start having an issue, and we may start talking about things. But here's the problem that I feel like that happens in a lot of marriages. And again, it's because I've done it. I've been guilty of it. Okay? We start discussing one issue, then we go to another one, we go to another one, we go to another one, we go to another one. Okay? But the problem is we start out with stuff that is not quite as important as what the real issue is. And what happens is a lot of times we don't even get to the real issue. Okay? That's the reason why I was talking about earlier about that even us, and I put myself in there because I've been guilty of it. But even us that are professing Christians, we don't mind justifying lying to avoid situations. Okay. And I was real bad at it, especially in my younger years. I was real bad at it. Okay. But talk about the problem. Okay. Discuss the problem. The problem's not going to go away if all we do is just dance around it and we don't address the actual issue. Number 2, don't threaten. Don't use sarcasm. Don't be judgmental about or you trying to judge what you think that person's intentions were. If you want to know what their intentions are, there's one way that you can find out what it is. Hey, what's the issue? What are you upset about? Okay, let's talk about the real issue. Number 3. Okay. When you're not sure about what was said, okay, we need to ask again. Okay. Hey, what did you mean by that? Okay. Ask questions. Okay. Now this is out of our confrontation study that we do, and hopefully you'll tune into that whenever we start that. But you remember there's something that happened, I think in Genesis chapter 3. I think it's starting in around verse 9 of Genesis. God comes start walking through the garden in the cool of the day. And what does God do? Hey, Adam, Eve, where are you? And what does Adam do? Oh, I'm hiding. Why? Because I'm naked. Who told you were naked? Okay. And then he asked him, did you eat of the fruit of the tree of good and evil? Okay. So what is God doing? God is asking probing questions. He's asking questions and that Adam has to answer. Okay? He doesn't say, hey, Adam, are you in the garden? Because Adam could have said yes. And that he would have answered, wouldn't he? Yeah, that's not what God done. God knew. God knew where he was at. Okay? God has the absolutely top-notch GPS system. God knows exactly. He knew exactly where Adam was at. Okay? He didn't want to know where Adam was at. He wanted to make Adam to respond. Okay? Very simple. Okay. Then what does Adam do? Well, we know that Adam throws the woman under the bus and he backs the bus back over her and drives back over her again. Yeah. Oh, it was that woman. Wasn't my fault. It's that woman. Okay. So then what does God do? God turns his attention to Eve, the woman. What is this that you have done? Right? Again, what is this you have done? He asked her questions that she had to answer. Right? Why? Because he wanted them to respond. He wanted to see what they would say. Okay? So when you don't understand or you don't get clear directive, ask probing questions. Okay? Stay in the present. Okay? This was a huge issue in my second marriage to my second wife. Oh my God, we could start out discussing and then arguing and then fighting. And at some point during that, it would get down to something that happened 10 years ago. Okay. And I'm sitting there going, really? How long ago did that happen? Okay. So stay in the present. So number one, step one, focus on the issue at hand. Okay. Here again, do not go if you're going to initiate a confrontation, you need to know exactly what you want to talk about and what you want to discuss before you ever start the discussion. Okay? That's the only way that you're going to be able to stay focused and stay on topic. Okay? So focus at the issue at hand. Okay? Step two, don't bring up past issues. Okay? Now, okay. Now, you may have some past issues that you do want to talk about, but save them or save it for another time. Okay? And set a date and a time when you want to discuss that. Okay? Because what we have, one thing we need to really understand is this right here is that basically there's two types of people when it comes to confrontations. Okay? There's the person that avoids it with everything in their body and their being. I will do anything to avoid confrontation. Okay? Now, I'm nowhere near what I was years ago. Okay? Because of the Father, what He has helped me through, the healing that I've gone through and I have received, that has helped. My wife has helped tremendously in that area. my 4 beautiful daughters has helped tremendously, because I have watched the way that they behave and the way they react to people. Okay. They will tell you flat out, will not beat around the bush. Hey, this upset me. This made me mad. This hurt my feelings. Okay. But here's the thing about all 5 of them, my wife and our daughters, is this: is once they bring it up, it's over. Okay, it's over. They don't bring it up again. Okay, so stay in the present. All right. Number 3. Don't let your offender or your accuser or the person causing the issues, don't let them get you off track. Okay? Because they will try to change subject. They will start talking about this, talking about that. Okay? It's not that they really care about those things, is they don't want to talk about what you want to talk about. Okay? But anyway, what I was getting at, and I started talking about my family, but here's the thing about it: there's really 2 types of people when it comes to confrontation. There's the person that will avoid it, and then there's the person that, let's do it right now. No, right now. We're going to discuss it. We're going to have it out right now. Okay? Now, a lot of times that type of person is the type of person that will run over people. Okay? Not always, but a lot of times. Okay? So, how do those 2 types of people, and I've seen this numerous times because I have talked to couples in the past, and it always seems like that one of them is one that will avoid confrontation at all costs, won't talk about things, won't bring things up. Then you have the other person that is right now. We're going to do this now. Okay? So, how can that dynamic work when we're talking about confrontation? Okay? All right. So, here's what a couple things that you can do. Okay? Is this. Okay? If you're the one that, because there are a lot of people that, that they get hit with something, where somebody will bring up something that needs to be discussed, and they're like, wow, man, I really need to think about this for a little bit. Okay? So is that wrong? If you're that way, do you think that that's wrong? That you need some time? Okay? No, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with taking some time to get your thoughts together. Okay? Maybe to calm yourself down. Okay? But here's what this person needs to do. Okay? Is this. I really need some time to think about this and to process it and figure out what I want to say about the issue. Okay. It's 7:15 right now. Can we meet back here at the table at 8:00 and we'll talk about it? Okay. Now, what's the other person doing? The person that wants to right now, they're sitting over there thinking, no, 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 no. I want it now. I said now. That's when I want it. I want it now. That's when we're going to get it. We're going to do it now. But that person needs to respect the other person and say, okay, all right, that's fine. 8:00. Okay. Now, the person that needs some time, okay, go off, go take a shower, go for a walk, go eat ice cream, whatever that you need to do to get yourself right for the confrontation. Okay? But at 8:00, your butt needs to be in the chair at the table, ready to discuss the issue. Okay? Because two things will take place when you do that. One is you can tell yourself, all right, I've done it. I've done what I said I was going to do. Okay? Plus, it shows the other person that you're willing to do what you say you're going to do. Okay? Now, let's say you get your way this time. Next time, okay, you want to talk about it right now. Okay. All right, let's talk about it right now. Okay. That is being respectful of another person's wishes. Okay. And how much better would your marriage or your relationship be if you addressed issues in this manner? I think it would enhance our relationships tremendously. Okay? Squelch unrealistic expectations. Okay? Expectations causes a lot of issues in varying in degrees of relationships. Okay. What we need to do is don't put our hope in any expectation that our abuser will change. Okay. But we need to have confidence in God that with God's help, that the abuser can change. Okay. Be aware that you cannot make the abuser change no matter what you do. Okay. Well, maybe if I'd done this, they would do this. Guess what? You cannot Okay, and here I am. I'm going to go back to my second marriage again because this is another issue that was in our marriage. My ex-wife told me all the time, "I've tried to make you love me," and I told her, "You can't make me. You can't. You can't do it. There's nothing you can do to make me." Okay, I either love you or I don't. It's that simple. Okay, we cannot make someone else do something that they don't want to do. Okay? And they're not going to change based on how good of a person that you are. Well, Kim, are you saying that we might as well give up? No, absolutely not. No, that change will occur only after the abuser admits to having a problem and they begin to receive help and support needed to turn from that problem. Okay? You cannot make them. You cannot be good enough. So what's that telling us? That's telling us that it is on us. If a change needs to take place, that falls directly on us. It is up to us to change. Nobody else can change us. Nobody else can love us enough. Nobody can be good enough to make us change. It's a decision. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop right there for tonight. On how do you build personal boundaries. Okay. And we'll pick up there next week on slide number 103. And we'll continue this topic of boundaries. And yeah, this is we talk about this quite a bit because this is really a huge issue. And it's something that we need to learn how to do. Okay. Learn what not to do also. Okay. But yeah, how to build personal boundaries. Okay. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit tonight, and we'll pick back up next week. Okay. All right. Again, I know we've had a few on Facebook tonight, and I appreciate that. I don't know if it's cut in and out on Facebook, but if it is cutting in and out, it is because Facebook has tagged our ministry for copyright issues. I'm trying to get it straightened out, but right now I've not heard anything. So if that is happening and you want a different avenue to be able to tune in, well, here's the ways that you can do it. Okay. We're on Twitter and YouTube at VSC Ministry. Okay. Our Twitter page name is just VSC Ministry, and that's the same for our channel on YouTube. Okay. And the video is on both of them. They do not get deleted. Okay. And then tonight, I started back with Zoom. And I don't think it worked completely tonight. And I didn't see anybody trying to get on from Zoom. But anyway, you can go to Zoom. And what I'll do is every week when I post to Facebook, to the Facebook pages, I will put on there how to tune in on Zoom. Okay? So that's another avenue. And I'm also looking at other things, trying to find other avenues that maybe I can go through. Okay? So anyway, I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you for the thumbs up. Had several people give us a thumbs up, and I appreciate that very much. Okay? Down at the bottom where it's scrolling across where it says VSCMinistry.com. That is our website. If you've not been to our website, please go to our website and check it out if you haven't lately. Okay. You can download this material or any other of our classes that we do. Okay. And we probably like about another week, maybe 2 on verbal and emotional abuse. And when we get through with verbal and verbal and emotional abuse, we will be going into victimization. Okay. Living with a victim mentality. Okay. Or how not to live with a victim mentality. Okay. If you would you please pray and see if God would have you to partner with our ministry financially at our website at VSCMinistry.com. We do have a secure PayPal button. Okay. Any amount would be greatly appreciated. We are a nonprofit that depends on donations to keep this ministry going. So if you could help out in any way, we would appreciate it very much. Okay? All right. Well, you have a great rest of your week, and thank you so much. If you tuned in for 3 seconds or for almost the hour long, I appreciate it very much. It really means a lot to me that you tuned in. Okay. Well, say thank you to three of my friends, Miss Joy, Israel, and Mick. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And remember, if you are in the Midland, Odessa area, okay, we do have a support group that meets on Thursday night at Amet Hatara, and is located at 3319 Golder Avenue in Odessa. And we start at 7 o'clock. Okay, we got coffee, we got cold water available. Come on out. We have a great discussions. I really enjoy the live classes and the interaction between people. It's really a good time. Okay. So if you can, come out and join us. God bless and have a great rest of your week.